Hello and welcome again to another Autodesk Inventor Professional 2020 tutorial. Today we're going to be learning the Spline tool. The Spline tool is arguably one of the more difficult tools to use in the AutoCAD program. So let's start with a 2D sketch on the front plane, and we're going to insert an image. The image I'm going to insert is the ornament toy horse. I click open. That places the image onto my mouse. I select somewhere on the screen and left click. I hit escape and zoom in. I'm going to show you how to do this as if we were going to make the three parts separately: the horse, the wheels, and the base. In a later video, I'll show you how to make the wheels and the base and then put them together as an assembly. But for today, we're just going to do the horse. I want to focus on the bottom area where the feet meet the base. I want to start by drawing a line, and I'm going to estimate approximately where the foot comes down and touches the yellow base. I'll left click a straight line going to my right, and I'm going to left click onto where the back of the front foot meets the yellow base. Next, I'm going to continue my line across to approximately where the front of the back foot meets the yellow base, making sure I have a 180-degree angle and my line is straight. I continue to the back of the back foot, again approximating where it meets the yellow base. I left click and I hit escape. Now what I want to do is I have three distinct lines. 1, 2, 3. I need to delete this line. I'm going to show you how to do that using the trim tool. Click trim. And you can do this in two ways. You can mouse over the line that you'd like to trim, left click, and the line is removed. Another way to do it is to select trim, mouse above the line that you want to select, left click and hold, and it acts as a knife, cutting the line that you want removed. Now we're going to choose Spline. Spline is found in the drop down under Line in the Create Toolbox area. There are two types of splines. One is Control Vertex. The other is interpolation. I like to use interpolation most because it allows me to place the points exactly where I want them to be. I left click on interpolation, then starting at the front of the front foot, I'm going to make sure I have a green dot, which will allow me to have a complete and closed loop when I finish. And then I'm simply going to left click and I start making my spline. I will click again, approximating the outline of the part that I need to make. By successively doing this, zooming out and then zooming in, I can create the outline of any part relatively easily. Now, if I accidentally click the check mark, it confirms and it no longer allows me to create spline. What I have to do is I have to go back into my toolbox, click on the icon for interpolation spline, select the green dot where I left off, and simply continue. When I get to this point here, I'm going to ignore this section where the hook would go. I'm going to continue to go with a straight line. The other thing I can do, if I wanted to add lines or curves, I can do that by simply changing the tool that I have. As long as I keep the green dot connected, I won't have any problems with making a complete enclosed sketch later on. Remember, the green dot is very important. So now I'm going to pick Spline back up and continue. Let's not forget the eye. We can simply make a circle. And if for some reason the circle was not large enough, you can grab the outer edge of the circle and make it larger. If the circle wasn't completely in the center, you can grab the center of the circle and move it to where you want it. So that's two ways to manipulate a circle. Now you'll notice that when I was creating my spline, I wasn't too fussy about getting these points exactly on the outer edge of my shape. One reason is most of the things that you'll print out are very small, so minor fluctuations won't be noticeable when you 3D print it. The second is we can manipulate these irregularities after the fact. You'll notice that there are small squares all along the spline, which represent the points that we selected. If we wanted to manipulate this point, we could left click on it and drag it, making it a better, smoother curve. However, sometimes that affects other parts of my curve. If I wanted to just straighten this part here, but not affect above or below, I could right click on that square and activate the handle. The handle allows me to make some adjustments to that one area, and by simply left clicking in space, it deactivates the handle. So anywhere that you have areas like that where you want to change, you can simply right click, activate the handle, and by grabbing one part of the handle, you can make minor adjustments to the curvature. Now that we're all set, we can hit Finish Sketch, extrude, choose our complete and closed shape, and type 0.1, which is the thickness of our horse. And of course, if we want to make it realistic, we can then click up here on default, type the letter R, which will get us into our colors that begin with the letter R, choose red, and there's our horse. And that explains the spline tool. Thank you for watching and have a great day.